All right, so it's a crisp about 53 degrees right now. We're gonna go down to my local pond, try to catch some fish on some baits. It's just nothing but a catch video, kind of doing just catch anything and everything. I'm gonna be bringing with me just a few things of tackle, nothing much. So I'll see y'all in the water. Yep, down to the trusty, sort of secluded, sort of secret ponds, but people do fish it. It is public. But if you're out in the Texas area, Central Texas, like Austin area, you might recognize this pond. It's pretty common in my videos, but it produces fish, so we're getting after it. Here they are. The pond. Let's see if the water is any more clear than it was last time I came out here, which was less than a week ago. Water was super murky because they were moving the water around. Still looks pretty murky, but maybe we can still mob some fish out of here. Hoping we can mob some fish. I'm gonna use a stick bait, plastic bait, wacky style. So I'm gonna go and figure that out and try to toss it around. I'm gonna be using some 6th Sense clout worms in Jumbo Red. It's a very fair bait for the price that it is. Wacky hook with a weed guard from VMC. You're just gonna put that worm right here and put that weed guard back here. It's been making it difficult for me to go and hook up on fish, but I have not shown a video about it. But this weed guard right here is sometimes frustrating, but maybe we can go get a fish on it easily without it being too difficult. But there we go. On this cast right here, I have hope. Got one on the clout worm. Skiing him in. Skiing him in. Oh, he's pretty damn dark. This guy was playing with me for a little bit. Look at that. On the June bug clout worm. Took the weed guard off of it, did the business. Let's get a sweet release on this dude. Off he goes. All right. Well, there's still fish in here. Guess not. There we go. Through the worm. At least we're getting bites. Wasn't that big anyways. Got one on the Ned rig. Oh, it's not bad. It's decent. Would you look at that on the Ned rig? On one of these, I think it's a Carl's trick worm type bait. It's like red flake, something else. Not too sure, but bigger one of the day, probably over a pound. Not bad, at least it's something. Whoa, beached himself. Oh, come on, buddy. Oh, there he goes. Wrong way, wrong way. That way. All right. There he goes. All right, here we are. Trusty on Best Spot Ponds. Trusty and crusty. Clear water. Just stopped raining about less than a couple hours ago. So I'm hoping that there's something out here that wants what we're throwing. Now I'm using a live action or live target ball bait, jerk bait. Hoping maybe something a little bit more faster pace would be what they want. It's kind of hard to tell. Camera was off, but this little guy devoured the swim jig with the last few minutes left I had to fish. I am not a jig fisherman, but whenever a fish eats a jig like that, I'm about it. He just straight inhaled that jig. Not bad, not bad. I was starting to lose hope, thinking that I was going to catch a single thing. There we go. on the Strike King swim jig in white with a crack, or not a crack and crawl, with a June bug, bandito bug. Nice, beautiful bass. All right, one down. See if we can catch another one before it gets too dark. That fish straight wanted that swim jig.